Alright, how you doing? Bit random, innit? You're in my house. Let me explain. I've got an idea for an ongoing series of videos to run alongside my investigations. You see a lot of debunking channels. I'm not doing that. There's a lot of great debunking channels out there. They certainly don't need me adding to the mix, so I'm not doing that. I don't want the drama, and I can't afford the solicitors, quite frankly. So what I'm going to do, essentially, I have a lot of videos with some really interesting activity. So I'm basically just going to watch my own videos and try and debunk the activity that I've caught. I thought it might be a good idea. What that means is I'll pull out some clips from what I feel is a fairly active investigation, and I'll give you my thoughts on whether or not I think it's actually paranormal or whether it was something perfectly mundane and explainable. So I do the investigations, but there's no follow-up, is there? You never get to hear my thoughts on the activity. I briefly may talk about it in the following video, but invariably that provokes some sort of activity on that investigation because I'm ignoring them. So what better way? I get to share old content with new subscribers who probably haven't seen it yet, and old subscribers get to see footage they may have already seen, but they get my take on it, which is something you don't usually get, isn't it? So I thought it might be an interesting avenue, and at the end of the day it's going to mean more videos for you guys. I'll still be doing investigations, don't worry, I'm not quitting investigations, but there are times when I can't get out over a weekend. If I have a particularly busy week like last week and I haven't managed to get out this weekend, so on weekends like that I can record one of these. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense, doesn't it? So I'll be doing them, as I said, parallel with investigations. Not necessarily the same. Well, if you enjoy them, I might maybe at some point try and do an investigation and then marry up the next one of these with that investigation. That could be possible. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? So, ladies and gents, welcome to Hybrid Investigations Debunked. The first location I've chosen had to be, didn't it, really? It's that care home I did in Southend last year. Yeah, had to be the first one. It's still my favourite location. So that was my 10th investigation, that care home. I had the channel name, the new name, all selected, ready to go. I didn't know when I was going to do it. I thought I was going to do it after the 10th video, the 10th investigation. But when I got home from the care home and watched the footage back, I realised that that video was the genesis of hybrid investigations as we know it. So this was the first care home that I ever managed to get in. I tried 3 or 4 in the weeks leading up to this and hadn't managed to get in any of them, all closed off. And when I walked round the corner and saw the open door to this place, I was pretty excited, and I've got to be honest, it didn't disappoint from the moment I walked in the door. So let's get into the evidence, shall we? Let's have a look, see what we've got. These are out of order. This isn't chronological. I've put together bits and pieces that are similar activity, if you know what I mean. So I'll hit play. once more. Now, when I don't react to it, it's because I didn't hear it in the moment. Alright, I'm not just being rude and ignoring them. I didn't hear it. If I hear it in the moment, I will react. And I did not hear those at all. I think back now, there have been drips in the history of the world, I'm sure, that have sounded exactly like that. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that was a drip. Nothing, it didn't drip persistently, constantly. There's no one else there. I'm on my own. I don't know. There was no signs of animals, no signs of rodents. Yeah. So we'll carry on. Right. That's airplane mode on. That's airplane mode on. That's airplane mode on. That's airplane mode on. I have no idea, folks. It's been over a year and I still can't come up with a decent explanation as to what caused that noise. And it's not the only time. I've got more clips coming up. Right, logically, it sounds like a setting has been changed on the camera. That's what it sounds like. It would make that sound if I pressed the night vision button to turn the night vision on or off. You can clearly see that hasn't changed. It would make that sound if I turned the light on. You can clearly see the light didn't come on. I know full well that it wasn't the lens cap falling off. Do you know what I mean? It could sound a little bit like the lens cap if you'd perched the lens cap on top and it had somehow come loose and dropped down on its little lanyard. But I took mine off before I ever did my first investigation. When I take the lens cap off, it comes off completely and goes in my pocket. So it ain't the lens cap coming loose. There's no external handle on the side of the camera. I took that off. It's mounted on a tripod at the moment. There's absolutely no movement in the footage, so the tripod doesn't move. Is there someone with me? You can hear movement down the corridor then. If you listen very closely, I'll boost the sound for you. Is there someone with me? I believe in an afterlife, but at the moment I'm more leaning towards the fact that no idea, folks. No idea. Sorry. I have no idea. If you have any suggestions, drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. Yeah. This next one is just a bone of contention for myself. Hello. I mean, I'm assuming it's vandals that's thrown all this stuff around, but could be poltergeist. I can't prove it ain't. Has to be one hell of a fucking poltergeist, though, isn't it, to do that? God damn. Poltergeists, ladies and gents. They're not good. They're not evil. That's not what a poltergeist is. Poltergeist is a noisy ghost. That's all it is. That's all it ever was. That's all it's ever been. I've heard some utterly ridiculous things come out of some people's mouths regarding poltergeist activity. I heard someone try and say that poltergeist activity is predominantly around teenage girls. No, it ain't. No, that's possessions. That's possessions, predominantly teenage girls. Occasionally teenage boys, predominantly teenage girls. Not poltergeist. What are you on about? Poltergeist is a noisy ghost. That's all it is. The camera touches we just heard. Poltergeist activity. Yeah. The bumps and bangs that I heard at the sanatorium. Poltergeist activity. I mean, technically that kind of thing would be poltergeist activity because it would make noise having to do that. But that's not poltergeist activity, is it? Blatantly, I'm joking when I said that. But stop it, please.
Seagulls, stop it now.
It's not evil. It just is what it is. It's only Hollywood that has made poltergeists evil. Okay, poltergeist is a noisy ghost. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Do it right now. Go on. I'll wait. Poltergeist. I'm not going to spell it out for you. What's it say? Oh, noisy ghost. Look at that. Rory actually knows what he's talking about. Funny that, isn't it? Right. The next clip we have is a channel contributor, a member of the team, so to speak. James Jenkins, author, Urban Pigs Press, .co.uk, I believe, for all your all your fictional crime novellas. He's really tall, remember? He's like 7 foot tall. He's huge, that fella. He is. Dwarfs me. There you go, Jenks. I hope my check's in the post. He sent this in. I didn't notice this in the editing phase. Not a clue. After I put the video on YouTube, he then messaged me privately and said, "What the fuck?" So,
You were peaceful.
I am. No need to get all rowdy, is there? I am. No need to get all rowdy, is there?
You were peaceful.
I have no idea, folks. No idea at all. There is no light on that part of the device. Right, the lighting is now going to change. Okay, I've got the device here. Can you see that? That light is sort of from around here, roughly. There's no light there, folks. There's nothing. Can you see a light there? There's nothing at all, is there? Sorry about the light. I used the infrared tripwire to. I've put my little light behind it to create the pink ambiance. Yeah. There's no light on the device, so it's not a light on the device. Spirit light. It's very, very bright, isn't it, for a spirit light? Certainly not an orb. Extremely bright. It's not an orb. It's not an orb. I would lean more towards digital anomaly, I think, on this one occasion, but I've never had that before, or again, since. I don't know, folks. I'm 50-50 on that one. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Was that someone manifesting something? Don't know. Next we have our old favourite, the cat balls. Everyone loves a cat ball. No one's going to believe a cat ball. I know that, okay? I appreciate that. I wouldn't personally believe 99% of cat ball footage that I've seen. It's not a reliable scientific piece of equipment, is it, really? But having said that, when you've experienced some of the incidents that I've personally experienced, I mean, imagine you sat there, you hear a bang come from down a corridor, you're trying to be rational, you're trying to be logical, you think about it, you're like, gotta be pigeons, isn't it? You're thinking there's no signs of pigeons, there's no feces, there's no feathers, there's no sounds of pigeons other than this random bang. And you turn around and you happen to now be looking at your cat ball that you've set out, and you say out loud, "If it's not a pigeon, could you light up my cat ball for me?" Are you fucking shitting me? And the cat ball that previous to that point has not lit up at all that night lights up straight away. And that's not the only time it's happened. It's happened other times as well. So when that kind of thing happens, you start to take cat balls a little bit more seriously. That being said, thank you very much. Fucking disco in here, isn't it? Don't forget, it's pitch black in there, folks. So when that cat ball goes off, it's like I'm in a rave. Was it you who set the cat ball off? Thank you very much. Would you do that again? They hadn't gone off until this point, ladies and gents. Thank you very much. When I said, would you do that again, I meant, could you do one of the other ones? I'd never say to anyone, well, it's got to be paranormal, isn't it? I know what I think. It doesn't end there. Edith, Blanche, thank you. Could you set one of the other balls off? That would be great. You've set that one off and you've set that one off. There's two others. You could set them off. That would be great. Thank you. You like that one? Is that your favourite ball? Sincerely, thank you for touching my balls. I do appreciate it. So yeah, if you enjoyed,
Better watch out.
a lot of ball action in the last 2 minutes. What have I got to watch out for? I've got a device here. I don't know if you'll be able to use it or not, but you're more than welcome to. Welcome to try anyway. It's called Spirit Talker. It's designed so that spirits like yourself can talk to dickheads like me. I don't know if I believe it or not. If you could use it, maybe if you could use it in conjunction with one of the other devices, that'd be fantastic. So if you could say something through this, I don't know if you can or not, try. Right, it's going to get loud for this next part because it has to be, otherwise you can't hear the knocks behind the noise of the REM pod. But there's some pretty cool activity in this next clip. If this is the one I think it is, this is the one where it goes a little bit like mental. Like, yeah, it wasn't until I watched it back preparing for this video that I was like, really? I had all that in like 30 seconds? What the? It's quite intriguing, I have to be honest. As I said though, the REM pod is loud, I apologise, but just try and block it out. Just give it a couple of seconds, and if you can just, you know what I mean, like just ignore it and try and focus on the sounds around the excessive beeping, which is going to do your head in. Ignore it.
Yes, it's me.
Spirit Talker says, yes, it's me. It's you, by the device. Is that correct? If that is correct, could you light up a cat ball? Or one of the things in the hallway? You're going to have to turn that off and then put it back on. Okay, sorry, but that noise is... What did you say after all that? I have no idea, folks. No idea at all. You got knocks, bangs, camera touch, cat ball goes off. The REM pod, I think it might have been potentially paranormal, something paranormal that triggered the REM pod, but I don't think the continued beeping of the REM pod is paranormal. I think once it triggered it, the REM pod, those types of REM pods are notorious for not resetting afterwards. They'll just continuously just keep going. From my perspective, are you now starting to appreciate why this place meant so much to me? And we ain't even got to one of the best bits for me personally. The trouble is, it's a personal experience. So, I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can. There is a video on the channel regarding this very thing I'm going to talk about. It's called Clairsentience for Idiots. It was very early on in my YouTube career. I think it might be the 9th video on the channel. And it's very much an experiment in production. and my production is not great at that stage. It's not great now, but it was much worse back then. So if you want to check it out, it's worth it. It's funny. It will make you laugh, I imagine. But I'm going to briefly go through the story now, just so that people understand the spine chill, tingle. Several years ago, over 20 years ago now, I went to my friend Craig, who you know from the channel, Rizzo. He was with me in the last video, the sanatorium. I went to see him and his partner at the time, his now wife, and Christina basically told me the story of her. They hadn't been living in the house long, they'd only just moved in together, and Christina told me that Declan, her son, who was about 4 or 5 at the time, I think, maybe 3 or 4, 4 or 5, 5 or 6, around there, he was reporting that there was an old man coming and sitting on the end of his bed at night. Wasn't scared of him, said he was his granddad. And when he described this gentleman to Christina, she confirmed it sounded like her granddad, which is actually Declan's great granddad. Passed away before Declan was born, so Declan has no idea of this gentleman. Anyway, obviously Christina was a little bit concerned. So yeah, I just told her what I thought. I didn't lie in any way, shape or form. I just went with my gut instinct, and I sort of said, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's your granddad. I think he's coming in to see Declan. You're living in a new house with a new bloke, and your granddad is just coming in to keep an eye on Declan and make sure he's happy in his new bedroom. Do you know what I mean? Christina still creeped her out. Why is my son seeing dead people? It's totally understandable, isn't it? Rizzo agreed with me. He sort of, see, yes, yeah, more than likely, isn't it? That's what I think. Now at the time, when I was saying all that, I was getting gigantic spine chills. The biggest I'd ever had up to that point. I already knew what they were. I know what that is, and I'd been told by other people to just go with my instinct when I get it. Just go with what comes into your head. So, following that logic, I went with it, and as I'm saying all of that out loud, well, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's your granddad. I am getting massive spine chills up and down my spine, the biggest I'd ever had up to that point. Remember that, up to that point, the biggest spine tingles I'd ever had. So, I'm saying I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's your granddad. Spine chills, up and down, up and down. You've moved into a new place. He's just coming in to check on Declan to make sure. Spine chills the whole time. But at the same time, I'm trying to maintain eye contact with Christina to be like a supportive friend, and I can't do it. My eyesight keeps getting pulled back to the door, which is over here somewhere, as I'm getting the spine chills, as I'm talking about granddad, her granddad, obviously. As I'm saying it, I'm getting the spine chills, and my eyesight's being pulled. So that is making me think that he's in the doorway. Do you know what I mean? I eventually ended up saying, he's in that doorway. I think he's in that doorway right now, and he's probably laughing at us having this conversation. Yeah, as I said, the whole time I'm saying that little 30-second spiel, I get spine chills after spine chills after spine chills, biggest I'd ever had at that point, and my eyesight was being pulled for no reason to this random doorway. And as I said, it finally clicked, and I said out loud, he's in that doorway. He's in that doorway right now, laughing at our conversation. Christina wasn't too pleased by this. Riz again just sort of, yeah, he probably is actually, sort of laughed along with it. I was 99% sure of what I just felt, ladies and gents. But I'm not a medium. I don't have any ability in that regard. So I had no idea. I just felt it, for want of a better way of putting it. But yeah, didn't see anything. So the spine chill told me that he was around. Because I kept looking at the doorway was why I think he was stood in the doorway. Something else I'd heard was you need to pay attention to your body when you're doing these kinds of things. If your body starts doing something that you're not making it do, there might be another reason why your body's doing it. As in, looking at an empty doorway. Do you know what I mean? You hear people say it a lot on investigation. I feel drawn to that doorway. I've had it on a couple of investigations where I felt very drawn to a specific doorway, or my eyesight is drawn to that doorway, and I've said out loud, "Are you in that doorway?" And lo and behold, on 2 separate occasions, 2 completely different locations, bang, something happened straight away. So I'm fairly confident that I know the signs, my personal signs. So, fast forward a few months, possibly a year. I think it might have been up to a year, maybe just over, maybe just under. I've been up to see Craig and Christina on several different times. Craig is his real name, obviously. I'm going to use that name for the time being. You'll see why. We never mentioned it, we never talked about it. I certainly never brought it up in front of Christina. I didn't want to invite Grandad back in any way, shape or form, so I never mentioned it. So, a year goes by or so, I go up there. Christina starts telling me she got invited to see a medium. Not for her though, it was for her friend. Apparently it was Declan's babysitter who was going to see the medium, and bless her, didn't have anyone willing to go with her. So she asked Christina, and Christina was good enough to say, yeah, I'll go with you. So Christina's not given any details. She's not paid anything, given no bank card, nothing, no connection between Christina and the medium. Okay? Apparently, I say apparently because I wasn't there, so I don't know if it happened or not, but I believe Christina 110%. There is she has no reason to make this up. Halfway through this girl's reading, the medium stops the reading and says, "I'm really sorry, but there is a gentleman here who is making it very hard to communicate with the other spirits. Can I pass his message on, and then hopefully he'll let us carry on with the reading?" So the girl getting the reading says, "Well, yeah, of course you can, that's what I'm here for." The medium says, "It's not for you, it's for your friend." They agree to hear the message, and the medium proceeds to tell them, the message is, "I was in the doorway and I was laughing when Craig's friend said I was." What? So that instantly, ladies and gents, confirmed several things for me. The afterlife is real. Christina's granddad is a legend, traversing dimensions to communicate that message, to make sure I knew that my spine chill and my eyesight being drawn was what I thought it was. That medium was a damn good one. Yeah. And it taught me to trust my instincts. So yeah. So when you see me out on an investigation and I'm talking about, massive spine chill, there's a reason, folks. There's a reason why I trust it, and that is the reason, because of my friend's granddad. Yeah, pretty mad. But I'm the kind of person I needed something like that. I would never have believed that had someone told me it as their own experience. I don't expect you to believe me, quite frankly. It's an unbelievable story. I know for my own benefit that I didn't tell a living soul. I know Christina didn't tell a living soul, and I know Craig didn't tell a living soul. So how that medium could have possibly known about that conversation, which happened a year before, you tell me. Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. As I was saying, I don't expect you to believe me, but in the future, when you get a spine chill, just think about it. Just think about it. I don't think I'll tell you what it is. You know, the expression, "Oh, someone just walked over my grave." I don't think they did. I don't think they did at all. I think you've been talking about spooky stuff, and whatever spookies are located in your near vicinity, or if you've been talking about someone specifically, you've brought them into the equation, to the atmosphere, and they're like, "What are you talking about? What are you saying? What are you talking about me? What are you saying? What are you saying?" Wouldn't you? I would. So that's what I think that is. I don't think it's anything to be scared of. I think trust your instincts. If you get that spine chill, go with the first person that pops into your head and just go with it. Who knows? You might be mental, you might not. But at least now you I just hit the table then. At least now you appreciate why I trust my spine chill. I trust my spine chill more than I trust 90% of people, I would say. So that tells you how much that experience meant to me personally. With that being said, let us get into why this particular location is still my favourite location.
Silent. Hello? Hello? Massive spine tingle. I don't mean any disrespect.
That spine tingle, ladies and gents, was bigger than the ones I experienced with Craig and Christina. That one right there. So I knew instantly, just going through the first door, this is the first 2 minutes of the investigation, and wallop, I've been hit with a gigantic spine chill that has let me know immediately someone's here.
My name is Rory. I'm a paranormal investigator, urban explorer. Hello?
I'm so excited at this point, folks. So excited. First time I managed to get in one. Watch the
Train
torch.
track right nearby.
See how shaky that torchlight was. It's adrenaline.
Massive spine tingles. Massive. I don't mean any disrespect. Please, I'm not
Huge.
not
spine
here
tingles.
to belittle you, harm you, or even trash the place. Promise.
So they were big spine chills. The biggest I'd ever experienced up to that point. and there's a few more after that, as you'll see from the number count I put in the corner. This next one, to this day, is by far the biggest spine chill I've ever had. And it's funny because I'm like, linen and ironing? Oh, there won't be anyone in here, will there? Oh yeah, there was, definitely.
Linen and ironing. Can't imagine there'd be anyone in here. Although that just felt like I walked through something or someone.
And it didn't stop.
Are you
It
with
just
me
carried
now?
on going.
You really are, aren't you? Wow, my spine is going absolutely mental.
You did. It was. I don't know. I don't want to say it felt like I walked through someone, but that is what it. The only thing that pops into my head. It's like they were stood there, just. What are you doing in my building? I don't like you here. That's what the vibe I got from that. It didn't feel negative, but it felt confrontational. Put it that way. They were in my space, or I was in their space, I should say. It's more appropriate, isn't it? I was in their space. I carried on around the downstairs and had several more spine chills, and then this one happened just as after I got up the stairs. Yeah.
You don't have to stay here. You're free to move on. Massive spine tingles.
So we're up to 14 at that point, and that's just walking around the building. I've only been in the building, that's the first hour, and I've had 14 very pronounced spine chills. Wild, and it's not done yet.
Again, massive tingle. Massive tingle.
19. Now if you listen,
Thank you so much.
there's a bit coming up here. Listen very carefully after I turn around.
Leave you in peace. Thank you.
So yeah,
Take care.
Those noises I just heard then, they could be paranormal, but when you walk on a floor like that with so much debris everywhere, you walk on the floor, and even though you've pressed down whatever debris is underneath your foot, you then walk away and you walk down the corridor. Whatever you've depressed in that little area where your foot is, it may take a few minutes to come back up again. Do you know what I mean? From the weight. So yeah, when I say on camera on an investigation, that may be where we've just walked down there. Had that a couple of times at the sanatorium recently as well. That could potentially just be where I've walked, and as my feet have come off. Yeah, as I just explained. So this is the last clip, and I included this one just for a bit of a laugh, really, literally. It's very much one of the reasons why I chose Hybrid Investigations as the name of the channel. Yeah, Hybrid Investigations is because there's no fear, and I can prove that because I'm so unafraid that I'm quite relaxed, I'm chilled, I'm more than happy to make jokes. Shouldn't come here alone. I should have brought someone with me.
Not because I'm scared or anything like that, just because the size of the place, we could have
Tap in the background.
covered it a lot quicker. I could have taken one camera down the downstairs, sent Rizzo or Bubba upstairs to do the top bit.
Beagle.
That was so good.
I was just thinking to myself, is that a bit mean? I mean, I know I'm happy to wander around this place on my own, but it doesn't mean anyone else is happy to wander around here on their own.
Probably just the demented droid spitting out rubbish, C-3PO with a lobotomy, but it was very funny timing. And then this one is weird as well.
Bliss.
Spirit Talker comes out with
It's a
evil.
bliss.
But yes, yes I am. And then bliss.
I didn't think anything of the bliss one. Didn't occur to me till making this video. Is it a possibility that when I was laughing like a maniac, somebody liked it and they were like, oh wow, it's been a long time since we've heard laughter like that in these halls? Could be, couldn't it? Don't know. But that's how I'm going to take it. I love that place. Honestly, I tried to go back a couple of weeks later. I took Rizzo, Craig with me, but unfortunately it was blocked up. Yeah, so obviously they're, which is good because that means they're doing something with the place. You can see in the footage from that video itself that the place is still in really good condition. It would not take much to get that up and running again. So yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do. Brilliant place. I'd love to know. It says 19 spine chills. I have no idea if that's 19 different spirits or just one spirit following me around all night going, what are you doing? What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? Could be either or, couldn't it? Or it could be, you know what I mean, 3 or 4. I don't necessarily think that there is 19 spirits haunting that building. That isn't what 19 spine chills means. It just means, yeah, someone was there, 100%, and they followed me around the entire night. So they're very protective of that location. Brilliant place. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. The video's on the channel. I will put the thumbnail on the screen so you know which one to look for. I'll also put the link in the description, and I may even put one of them card things up here somewhere. Up there? Is it up there? No, it'll be up there. Yeah, it'll be up there in that corner. It's mirrored, Rory, remember? Don't forget it's mirrored. So yeah, this has been the very first episode of Hybrid Investigations Debunked, and if you like it, I'm probably going to do more. To be honest, I'm probably going to do more. I don't really care if you like it or not. I hope you do. I hope you like it. If there's an investigation that you'd like to hear my thoughts on, drop it in the comments. Let me know the title of that video and I'll do that one in one of the upcoming videos. I'll give you my thoughts on it, and yeah, but please let me know what you think about this, whether you think it's a good idea. I'm going to keep doing them, so I hope you like it. I genuinely hope you enjoy it. I hope it's made you laugh, or at least hopefully made you think about some aspects of the paranormal. It's education, isn't it? We're all learning. I don't know everything. I know a lot more than some, but I don't know half as much as other people. And that's what it's all about. We want to learn together, don't we? So thank you very much, people. If you're not subscribed, do hit the subscribe button. Don't be a stranger, come back. And if you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for watching this and your continued support on this ridiculous project of mine. Yeah, thank you very much, folks. Take care. Peace.